A little time has passed since the Batman shooting that took the lives of 12 people and injured 59. And of course, as is what always happens in this situation, there's a whole bunch of hysteria that pops up as a result. Now, after this, there's been 3 men who've been charged with making threats in 3 separate incidences surrounding this movie. A main man was arrested because he told authorities that he was on his way to shoot a former employer after having watched the Batman movie. I can certainly sympathize. There's a lot of people who have felt like shooting or harming a former employer. It's actually quite a fairly common feeling that people have, despite their unwillingness to admit it. Timothy Courtois of Bedford, Maine, was stopped for speeding, and a police search of his vehicle found an AK-47, 4 handguns, and news clippings of the Colorado shooting, which is insanely suspicious, and it would seem like from the evidence presented that he might be on his way to actually do something. That is probably one of the creepiest things I have ever seen or read about. And Courtois said that he had seen the movie on Saturday. Now, police searched his home on Sunday and found a machine gun, several other guns, and thousands of rounds of ammunition, which is only adding even more. Now, police say they don't know what his intentions were, but they are continuing to investigate with the ATF and the FBI, thankfully. Police also arrested Southern California 52-year-old man Clark Taper because he said, "I should go off like in Colorado. Does anybody have a gun?" Because the movie had started late. It would seem to me that this is pretty obvious that this is somebody just mouthing off angry because the movie they paid to see didn't start at the exact time that they wanted it to or that it was advertised. First world problems. Now, security detained him, said that he had a bag, and then the police searched the bag and they found absolutely nothing, and then let him go. So this is a clear-cut case of hysteria. In Sierra Vista, Ariz, 50 people fled a theater because a drunk guy was stopped by off-duty border patrol officers because he was suspected of being drunk. Michael William Borba also had a backpack during the incident, the individual that was stopped. Borba was arrested on suspicion of disorderly conduct and threatening and intimidating. Think about that. Suspicion of disorderly conduct. We think you may have done something disorderly. How draconian is that? How fascist is that? We suspect you were disorderly. We're not even actually accusing you of a crime. We're suspecting you of maybe having been disorderly. Was he drunk? Well, given the evidence, I think he probably was, but you can't suspect somebody might be. I mean, you're not... The accusation is that you might be, not the accusation that you were. I mean, think about this. I mean, this is where they take that very vague title of, what is dangerous, or what is a terrorist, and slowly make it expand to as many things as possible until you have a totalitarian state. I mean, this is really weird. This is a totally fascist move here. I mean, this is not only just a conscious thing on behalf of government forces, but it's also something that naturally does happen after a shooting, like the tragedy that took place in Colorado after the Dark Knight Rises premiere. However, my advice to anyone watching this video, if you are going to go to the movies, particularly the Dark Knight Rises, don't bring a backpack. And don't talk about shooting the place up. Now, again, I should take my own advice, because after the Columbine shooting in Littleton, Colorado, and I was in high school at the time, I may have said some stuff or made some jokes about that along the way, so it's not like my hands are completely clean of ever having made the same mistake. But please be prepared. There are a lot of idiots out there.